there, sludgelings. Welcome back to another edition of the Trollhole Podcast. Mike and Ben breaking in here real quick with a little call to action for you. Please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell right there so you're always notified of all of our new sweet little posts. And a little something else for you, too. Did anyone say anything weird to you this week? Feel free to email trollholepod@gmail.com. Send us your weirdness, and we will deal with it for you. A little troll back. Because we have your back. Now enjoy this episode of The Troll Hole.
You gotta pay the troll toll to get in.
Hey, welcome back to the Troll Hole Podcast, where we trash the trolls so you don't have to reach in, pull it out, hop board the troll holster, because we're taking a ride to the spit pit. I'm one of your hosts. It's Beanie season. I'm on trial for treason. It's me, Mike Lester. With me, as always, my co-host with the most, the butter to my toast. He will pickle your cucumber from the comfort of his sleep number. It's Ben Katzner. Ben, what's going on, Ben?
How do you know what kind of bed I sleep in?
What is your sleep number?
Well, I don't actually have one. It was a fun bit. My sleep number is whatever is closest to death. What is that, 0?
Classic Ben.
86.
86. Give me an 86, please. Take me straight to hell when I close my eyes. That's what I want. Mike, who's with us today?
With us today, my oldest friend in stand-up comedy. He has 37 stand-up comedy albums that you can listen to right now, all owned by Stand-Up Records. Ironclad contracts. He can never touch the material again. Albums such as Brilliant, Sex and Bobby Ticks, and his Halloween album, The Bobadook. Please welcome to the Hellwell. It's Robert Baril. It's Bobby. It's Bobby. It's Bobby. Hey.
Thank you. It's uncomfortable to be here.
Like that.
That was awesome.
Bob.
Yeah, that was great. You sound like a very energetic kidnapper. That is.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
This is your number one fan forcing you to do a podcast at knife point, basically.
I was going to say, yeah, this is like part Kathy Bates Misery, part Toy Box Killer, part like...
I fought so hard to get you on here, Bob.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I fought so
Did
hard.
Ben use his veto on somebody else, so that's how you were able to get me in?
It's like Big Brother. It's his power of veto.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
You know that show?
Yeah, Big Brother?
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Ben, how are you, man?
I gotta say, doing the White Stripes thing or whatever, the 7 Nation Army,
Yeah.
that changed my whole mood.
You feeling better?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Let's keep riding it with us as always. The only reason this podcast exists, it's producer Neil.
That's not true.
Neil.
Thank you guys for having me.
It exists because of you, Neil.
It exists because of you too. I'm here with you guys.
That's
We love
right.
you, Neil. Thanks for being here, buddy.
Love you guys too.
Bobby, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing all right. This is my, I think, 4th or 5th iced coffee.
Oh,
Yeah. The trick is I go to Panera and then I don't pay. So that's
you're not even in the Sip Club?
I should be, but
Dude,
no,
the Sip
I'm not.
Club is like the best deal in fucking the world, dude.
Are you paying for it?
You pay like $7 a month, but it's unlimited drinks.
See, I just go in with an empty cup and all the confidence in the world, and I just fill
what
it
do
up.
do they just have like an iced coffee thing somewhere? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I like the idea of you handing it to someone and be like, fill this up, please.
Fill it up for me.
Fill it up. You just confidently say, like,
Yeah.
you like your job?
Yeah.
Fill this
Fill
up.
this up.
You have the hair of a guy who would do that. Does that make sense?
Thank you. Yeah.
Like, we're just like, yeah, I get what I want. Fill this
Yeah.
up for me, sonny boy.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to ask nicely,
Yeah.
but you're going to be the one that does the task. Yeah,
The
that's
hair
definitely.
of a tyrant.
Yeah.
That's what you got. The hair of a ruthless tyrant.
Yeah.
They'll be like, if you betray me, your whole family goes down, like Kim Il-sung. That type of stuff.
It feels like you would usher me into a back room and like whisper in my ear, like, it's going to be fine. Don't even worry about those guys. As someone shooting me in the back of the head.
Yeah, I'm like the good executioner, bad executioner, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm the good one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'll take that.
He'll take
Wait.
it.
He'll take it.
Aren't
Go
you
ahead.
guys supposed to stand up to trolls for me?
Yeah,
not...
but first we get to poke a little fun.
Okay,
We got a
all right,
little
just making
fun.
sure.
Yeah, the
Dude,
theme
we're
of the
holding
show
back.
changes, Bob. The theme of the show
Well, I was about to
changes.
say, like, being your best friend for 15 years, like, that's, I feel like I've been preparing for this my entire... That's like if you like slept with Shaquille O'Neal for like 2 years and then you get engaged and the guy's like, you better be ready for that honeymoon. And it's like, I don't know what you're going to do to me. That's
I've seen darkness before.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I
it's whimsical
guess-
that you think you're going to have any.
This is a very special episode. Maybe this is one where this is like a mic intervention, maybe, where it's just like, hey, you're hurting your friends.
Or a Ben intervention.
Could be, but that would never happen. This could be. We could easily turn the tables on either one of us on this one. I feel like, but you've been our rock before. We've taken car rides before.
Oh,
and,
God, Bob.
like, let's just call Bob. You
This
know,
guy
see
has
what's going on.
literally saved my life, dude. Numerous times.
There's been a few times, yeah. I've
times I didn't even know it needed to be saved. This guy was here.
And let's get into those times right now.
Oh, sure, absolutely, yes.
Let's get into our first segment. Did anyone say anything weird, or should we wait?
Let's talk a little. I want
You
to
want-
talk a little bit more.
you want
Are we going to get
pre-roll?
into this segment or just tease the segment
We're
for a
gonna
little
tease it a
while
little
and then
bit.
We'll
okay,
go into
sure.
the segment.
Yeah.
How would
eventually.
you do it? If
All
you were
right,
making
well,
love to the segment, how would
If
you
I
do
was,
it?
well, I wouldn't go right into the segment.
Yeah,
I want to
I'm
make
still
sure the
thinking
segment was
about
ready
mouth stuff.
and just kind of, maybe we'll get to this.
Yeah.
Maybe we're not going to get to the segment
Bit
for
on
a
the
little bit.
segment a little bit
Exactly.
before I
Make the
jump right
segment
into
feel
it.
like you're not really into the segment, so the segment's eager to,
I thought about a line when you said banging Shaquille O'Neal for 2 years.
Yeah,
I mean,
go
not
ahead.
consecutively.
Let's go
but that's,
into it.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's just like, well, anytime I tie my shoes, I queef. You can use that, Bob.
When I do my bang
That's yours,
Shaquille
Bob.
O'Neal for
You
2
can
years.
have that.
Bit. Okay, I appreciate it. Thank
It's
you.
a Bob original.
Thank you. Yeah, I'll put that in Bobadook too.
Dude, I was literally thinking that as you said it. We're like mind melded at this point.
Love
Yep.
the boys. Glad the boys are here.
Bob, only one of my friends I've ever bit.
Boys are back.
You bit him?
We fought. We fought in L.A.
Is that for real?
We got into a real knockdown, drag him out.
Is that true?
Well, he was. I was under the impression that it was just like two friends jostling. You know, like how grown male friends jostle, right?
You're putting each other in headlocks and he's just like,
Yeah,
gets
yeah.
right in
that-
there.
I
Like,
was
oh,
caught
we're
off
fighting,
guard.
fighting.
Yeah.
Well, it's not like, like when you play with a dog and you get a little too aggressive, so the dog like kind of
Yeah,
wings
exactly.
back
Yeah.
and clamps. You
Something
know?
from the dog's childhood bubbles up and it's just got a
I will say I was caught off guard by how strong his teeth
Sure.
were, because
Yeah.
I was under the impression,
Yeah.
incorrectly it turns out, that they were probably a little bit more sensitive.
That's a hilarious reaction. Like, oh, I thought your teeth would have been weaker than this.
I know. I would have thought they'd have been stuck in my
I was
skin.
gonna
Like,
say,
yeah.
there's just teeth hanging off your arm.
Like, oh, the enamel's still strong.
Yeah.
Give me
Interesting.
those. I
Yeah.
put them back
Where did you
in.
get calcium?
Give me my teeth back.
Who gave you calcium?
Bob, give me my teeth. What are you doing, man?
Just being like, oh, I don't want to fight as you're picking up your teeth from the ground. Do we want to talk about it anymore, or is that too much?
We could talk about remember when we saw Sturgill Simpson at the Wiltern?
What?
Yes,
yeah,
I
we
do
did. We
remember
I
did.
didn't know you were a
that.
Sturgill guy.
Oh, I've been a Sturgill guy since like 2016.
I just saw him.
Yeah.
We never talked about this. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Did you like it?
I loved it.
He's
That's
a big
awesome.
Sturgill guy too, but we went with Gillespie,
Oh, wow.
Patrick Keene.
Oh, boy.
We did Molly.
There you go.
Not just Molly wasn't alone. Molly was not.
Molly along with some other stuff. At one point, I look over. You have your shirt open.
Well,
I was already.
normal.
I mean, that's
You're
kind of.
nipped
You're
out.
so
Yeah.
close to that every time I see you.
No, but it's fully open.
Oh,
it's like fully
okay,
buttoned
okay,
down.
okay.
Well,
Yeah.
Molly. I mean,
Do you have chest hair?
I got some.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
not
he-
like super
Yeah.
thick.
You
like
should have an open shirt when available.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's-
he's
I
got a nice
appreciate
pat.
that. Thank you.
Yeah, I want
He's
to
got
wear
a
that.
nice patch.
It's not like alarming. It's not like a Burt Reynolds kind of
You
thing,
can
but there's
still-
enough
you can
to.
still
You know, I'm an
grip it.
adult.
You can grip it, you know?
Is this the behind the scenes, or I suppose this is just the scenes?
Yeah, you could get your teeth cut in that.
Yeah. There you
Say
go.
You're like
you
over
could floss
Shaq.
with
He
the-
could reach up and
Yeah,
grip
yeah.
it,
If Shaq were behind me,
That's a lot of
he could
chest hair.
definitely.
Yeah.
That's not too bad.
Save with the general. Go to the general.
I'm a police officer. Do what I say.
Papa John's.
So you were popping it out. You're popping those nips out during Sturgill. That's fun. What were you doing? What were you wearing?
I was really messed up. I ran up like a $200 bar tab. I like attacked Gillespie at one point during the night because he like tried to withhold cocaine from me.
I think at one point people were just passing Steve around. Because he's very easy to just, like how there's how beach balls, and like it was like that, but with Gillespie. So we just crumple him up
Steve
and then throw him to the
Gillespie,
other side of the room.
Future former guest of the pod.
Oh,
He'll be
yeah.
on. He'll be on eventually.
There's
You'll see why this is so easy to pass him around. Go ahead.
There was this old dude too at the show that was like hitting a oney of weed, and I remember at one point I just stuck near him and kept looking at him, and he was just feeding me oney hits
like
for 10
like a
minutes.
dog at a picnic table. Just
Here you go, boy.
I was like,
Nice.
I was like this. I was like, he's like, there you go, a little for you, and I was like,
I cannot imagine, dude. That so you were fucked up, but you were pretty balanced out with all that stuff. I can't imagine you just on coke. That I feel like that's a lot. Am I crazy?
no, coke is the final frontier. I would never start with it.
Okay.
I mean, we did do it, but it wasn't. You don't.
For the betterment of humanity, I will do cocaine.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's a
Yeah.
fun show. He does. Sturgill's a drug guy. He wants everyone to do drugs. When we saw him, like legitimately, 3 people ahead of us passed it. Like we're passing.
Do you do
out.
turtles?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, what a
It would be
banger.
more suspicious if someone was there just completely clear-headed, because
Sure.
that's a red flag.
Yeah.
I think if you're stone cold sober, no alcohol, no drugs, at a Sturgill Simpson concert, that's an undercover
I
cop.
think if you're
Sure.
at any musical concert, that's weird.
Yeah.
Even underage.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Even underage.
If you're going to see the Wiggles in concert, you better be fucked up. I'm gonna think you're a fucking rube if you're not
You
doing a
better
line
smoke
off
some
your girlfriend.
ketamine if
There's
you're
just
going
some
to the Wiggles,
6-year-old
dude.
with a cheek filled with Zin.
Yeah, dude.
If you're going to Sesame Street Live, you better smoke some fentanyl.
If you're seeing The Lion King on Broadway and you're not doing a little bump beforehand, do you even care about Simba, bro?
Dude, I would do coke at Sesame Street Live, dude.
yeah, and
Then
that's
I'd be
why
like,
you.
I'd be like,
And that's why we don't. And that's why we don't want you to do coke. Okay, that's why we're done. We're done. Now we're done with it. We had our fun, and now we're done. Now we're done with drugs.
That's Mike 4 days after seeing
Yeah, it is.
Sesame Street.
I'm in a mental institution.
Like, so does
Your
he
mom-
ever come down?
Your mom
or-
is just crying. She's bawling.
Nah, she wouldn't give a shit.
Can't
She's
recognize
so
you.
mad at me right now, Bob.
Uh-oh.
This is the
She's
theme
so
now. This is
mad,
2-episode
Bob.
theme.
Yeah.
And she's so mad that she won't even say I love you at the end of the phone calls now. And I try to get it out of her. I'm like, I love you, Sim. And she's like, all right. And I'm like, I love you so much. And she's like, thanks, I know. Click.
Thanks, I know it's crazy. I know you're watching this right now. Just love your son back. You just heard these whole
I
stories.
love you so much.
Yeah, love him back. He's a beautiful
I'm all
baby
you
boy.
got.
You know, you got your Bible study group, but
Oh, they're racist.
they're racist.
Yeah.
He's not that anymore. So you should love him back, all right? That's PSA to the moms out there. Any
It's
moms
weird
who
that
are
she would
watching.
act like that, because you seem like someone that's never had affection withheld from them during your formative years.
Don't make me become Elmo,
I
right?
don't want, yeah.
Don't make me. Well, what do you think? I say let's get into our first segment. Did anyone say anything weird to you this week? DASAWTYTW. You know what that's an abbreviation for, Bob?
Did anyone say anything weird to you this week?
You fucking skip.
Am I going first?
What? Michael, go first.
You did. Why am I going first?
I think it's good for you.
Okay, so I had to pick up this huge order from a restaurant in Frogtown, the U of M area. So I
Okay.
get to this restaurant, right? It's 12:30. It's a scheduled pickup.
Can we still say Frogtown? Is that just seems like it? I'm just being. Is that? I just feel like there's probably a negative connotation to it. I don't know if. Is that,
You know what? We'll have producer Neil look into it.
yeah.
Yeah, let's look in to see if I'm racist or not, Neil.
Yeah. Until it just autocorrects.
I was about to say, all you have to say is Mike, and then that's
I
just
feel
the
like
auto.
Dad gets some Google hits for sure. Is Mike Lester racist?
So anyway, you were in what were you saying? Coon Village?
Yeah. I was in a same Jewish park.
Yeah, this might be the last episode.
It's the first episode of the rest of our lives. So anyways, I go to this restaurant. It's a 12:30 pickup. I get there at 12:30. I didn't realize that my office manager, this is the worst thing. When you put in a big lunch order, you need to schedule it. I think you need to schedule it so a restaurant doesn't get slammed, especially if it's like 12:30, peak rush lunchtime. So I get there, this huge Greek restaurant. There are 2 theater students working the whole place.
That's hilarious.
There's 2 theater students working the whole place. All right. And she's like, the cashier's like, yeah, you had the really big order. Yeah, we weren't expecting that. So it's gonna be a few minutes. And I was like, I understand 100%. And then so I wait like 10 minutes. Okay. And so finally one girl brings up this bag of salads, and she like, the bag kind of hits the counter, and she opens the bag. She's like, and this is literally her voice. She's like, I spilled all the dressing in there.
No.
Oh, as if that would like lessen it.
She was like,
you-
oh no. She's like, oh no. I spilled all the
Are you
dressing
are
in
you
there.
sure it wasn't Michael Caine?
she's like,
Mr. Wayne.
she's like, you want me to clean that up? Like, she asked if I wanted the it was a bag full of dressing covered salads.
Right.
And she asked me if I wanted it cleaned up.
Locked eyes with you. That feels different. That feels like a different thing. Oops, all spilled on the phone, master. Shall I clean it up with my mouth? Maybe my hands. What would you like from me, master? That's fucked up.
You know what I said?
Oh,
I was
God.
like, don't worry about it. And then when I got the lunch order to work, they had salad
Mike!
just covered.
Mike! I didn't think it was for your coworkers. They listen to the show. They listen to this.
Well, maybe they'll stop asking me to pick up the
Yeah,
orders.
no, that's crazy. I was thinking about that during this.
That was kind of my angle. But yeah, I just let those salads get slimed
Oh,
up.
no.
Does she just do that with all the things she fucks up?
Oh, no.
Did I lose your baby? Sorry. Well, I was gonna be upset, but she's just so adorable delivering that accent.
Oh, did my cold kill your grandma? Oh, no.
No, but it's ner. There's an R
like
on
the-
no. It's
yeah.
ner.
Young people be doing that all the time. They like that little accent.
Likes that little accent.
Okay,
So the first
careful.
gal didn't do a character, the one at the front desk. It was just the other one.
That's also very
the
funny.
other one was like European. She wasn't doing a character.
Oh, okay. But so you said theater, right? Is she like dressed?
you know,
any
She's dressed
kind
like
of way?
Dracula.
They're
Okay, sure. Yeah.
pale, you know.
Yeah, okay.
They're spinning. You know, they're spinning on the way back to the kitchen, and they're like,
Going, into the woods.
yeah, they're like,
Into
look,
the kitchen.
they're like, look at all the tickets. We're so far behind.
I think, yeah, they're like, that's what I was expecting. Yeah.
We
It's like
gotta
Les
do-
Mis. Exactly.
We gotta hustle. There's food. It's ready. It's on the floor.
See, that sounds like fun. That seems like a way to mix up the
Our cook
doldrums of the
just quit
day.
'cause the pay is shit. We're screwed.
We're screwed.
Don't know what a falafel is. Oh my. Oh no.
Joker 2'd your whole order. Dude. That's crazy.
Good. I'm glad I was like, this could be a dutter of a DSAWTYTW
We
on my
love
part.
singing. We love singing on the
Oh
podcast.
no! What does salad dressing do?
I do.
I don't know.
I thought she spilled someone else's food, and she's like, "Should I pick it up?"
No, it was a to-go order of salads.
your
The dressings up top explodes in the bag because
if you're watching this podcast, if you're listening to this podcast, I gotta say, bitch, pick it up. What are you talking about? And don't sell the floor food. You could go to jail for that. I don't know if that's true, but you could go to jail for that. Okay, don't let your floor food. Just because this psychopath was like, yeah, throw it in the bag, it's fine.
Well, it exploded in the bag. It wasn't like on the floor.
If there's any place they're going to appreciate a fake accent, it's jail. I think they're going to find me in the shower. Adorable.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's fair. I'll give you that. That's pretty good.
That's
crazy.
Pretty good.
Your coworkers listening
That
to this,
happened yesterday.
It's whimsical.
Yeah.
Mine's not as fun. That's great. Damn, I always pick wrong. The times where I should go first, I let you go first. Here's mine. I
don't have to get ready if you stay ready, Ben.
I hope you die.
There's salad dressings on the floor. Oh no, Weasel Man, will you still eat this? I will. Give me some of that shit. Yeah. I just hid a weed vape in my car. I don't care how long this takes. I hope it's cold. I hate my office manager. Not really, though. If you're watching, not really. Love all my coworkers, especially the ones that come see me live.
So, did anyone say anything weird to me this week? I was on Twitter. I was firing off. I was just fucking around. I think we're going to get off Twitter. Also, I just started randomly a Troll Blue Sky account. We're doing great.
What's Blue Sky?
It's just like what Twitter was like meant to be. It's just
it's like liberal.
It's like probably. It's like 2012 or 2012 Twitter basically.
We should get on what's the right wing streaming app?
True Social.
Yeah. Let's get on there. Let's get a troll.
Let's get sponsored by Breitbart. Does that still exist? Let's get on here,
Let's get some dark money.
Yeah, dude.
Get the Koch brothers on here.
I think they're both dead.
Did anyone say anything weird to you this week, Koch brothers? Just an urn.
I was flapping my gums on Twitter as one does sometimes. Someone was just saying some shit and I was quote tweeting. It was something like, here's the things the Democrats need to do to like get better in the next election cycle or whatever. But it was all stuff, in my opinion, that was kind of missing the point of some of the stuff that people are actually saying, that like why they didn't vote, whatever. So I was like, this just in, the Dems lost the 2028 election. And I was like, that's no one cares. No one's going to see this. No one's on here anymore, whatever. And then some just like unhinged woman just latched onto this and was just coming at me over and over and over again, and not even in a fun way.
Yeah.
And then she just said, I don't know. I just said something like, okay, we don't have to talk. It's fine. It's she's like, I'm done with this conversation. Didn't stop being done with the conversation. I was like, you can be done. It's fine.
They wonder why all the presidents have been men so far, you know?
All the women are on True Social. Twitter.com. So she goes, it's funny black men like you are dunking on me when I was the one who told Ben Crump about Dante, being Dante Wright, who was shot by the police.
Murdered by the
police. And got his family some semblance of justice. And I was at the epicenter of GF, meaning George Floyd. It makes me reassess everything. She said, because I was being a twat on Twitter.
I'm not going to help black people anymore.
She was like, I wish I wasn't involved in helping after the murders of two blacks.
Your tweet, she's getting justice for murdered people.
She's actually... I annoyed her so much that she was like, you know what? Maybe it was fentanyl in that George Floyd.
Yeah. Maybe I am going to back the blue.
Yeah.
Maybe blue lives do matter.
I was just like, oh, so you just straight up hate. You just say you hate black people. That's fine.
Well, she hates you.
Well, but she hates me so much.
She hates black people now.
That's a good point,
She
Bob.
didn't before.
Very good point, Bob.
But then you metaphorically dunked on her.
Which I have to be honest, she was like, classic of black. She found out that I was black or whatever. Then she immediately brought up dunking. That's kind of racist, right?
He needs a few rounds with Shaq. sounds like.
Yeah.
Queefing when you tie them laces.
Yeah.
I thought that was crazy. I was like, damn, I've never I've done stuff before that was annoying, but like to make someone be like, I wish I would have.
You've never set your culture back.
right. Someone be like, I wish I would have advocated for George Floyd.
Well, no,
Crazy.
she called him GF. Where
She
it's
did say
like,
GF.
were you hanging with him? Like how?
She was
That
at the
seems
epicenter,
pretty-
Bob.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you don't understand.
She was organizing, Bob. She made sure city buses couldn't come through for the community, Bob.
And that all changed.
We're all going to the camps. You'll see her at the camp.
Yeah, dude. My fun
Feels like-
thing to say is if they make concentration camps, I hope I get to go with my friends.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh,
Yeah.
I'll be there.
Oh, that's all. Be
So she was just upset because you ironically shared something about what the Democrats need to do, or you just
this
kind of.
is- she-
I'm just trying to figure out what she took offense to.
buddy, I wish I could tell you.
Sure.
I wish I
Yeah.
had more information. It was just so quick to jump to. It was like the first one was like, "Oh, you're misunderstanding this person's point," and then I was like, "You know what? It's 2024. Let's have a discourse. Let's see what happens."
That's
And I was
not a
like,
good
yeah.
idea.
"Oh, you know what? Why don't you educate me on what I'm missing?" And immediately was like, "It's not my job to educate you." Da 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 da. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
And like coming at me so hard, and then I just started being like, "All right, well, fuck you," like not taking it. I was coming from a place of being serious, but like once you do that, once you're like,
Sure.
you don't know anything, I'm like, okay, could you teach me something? And like, it's not my job. And I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
well, you don't care. You don't really want any sort of education to happen.
We learned this in the Mike Racine episode. Check it out in the archives,
Go back to it.
youtube.com/Trollholepodcast. But he said the real discourse happens if they want it in the DMs. You
That's
would
a good
take
point.
it to the DMs. You wouldn't go public with it.
That's a good point.
Public, there's too much fodder.
It's
There's too much
performative.
heat.
Yeah.
There's too much heat
Mhm.
near the wick.
I have to remember the lessons taught on my own podcast. I should have taken it to the DMs and like, hey, yo, bitch, what up?
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know? I'm sure she would have loved that. But yeah.
Want to see my feet?
So now I just hope she's not smart enough to like make a time machine and like eliminate black people from history or something. It feels like
She could snitch on you.
to what?
Mm.
Yeah.
JD Vance. I don't know.
She's
dude.
like
Sure.
Trump's press secretary in like a year.
It's JD Vance on a burner.
Yeah.
I was at the epicenter of George Floyd.
Yeah. The
about you,
government's
Bobby, bro?
attacking the NBA. She's just in front of Staples Center.
Oh, dunking on me.
Dunking? Never again.
Typical with a handle like Shaq Katzner.
The lack of white people in the NBA is actually reverse racism, and they should all be eliminated.
But the white people that are in the NBA are very good.
They should
Dante
be-
DiVincenzo, Nikola Jokic,
Luca.
Luka
Luka.
Garza,
Yep.
Luka Garza.
Luka Doncic, Luka. What do you got, Bob?
For white NBA players?
DASAW,
Oh.
TYTW.
Well, to be fair, I should put this in context because in my stand-up set currently, I do have a roughly 8 to 10 minute bit on incest.
Yeah.
It's only 8 to 10 minutes. It feels longer.
It depends. It depends. You know, sometimes I do an act out now that give or take audience
Yeah,
response can
yeah.
fill time.
Yeah.
But then afterwards, and this was not like I like to think that I can tell when people are joking unless they're just very good at deadpan or whatever. But like I like to think that. But there was a woman afterwards that just said that
boy.
as a compliment.
As
but-
a compliment?
as a
Hold on.
well, I
we go.
assume it was a compliment, but she just said that she said that she'd been waiting a long time for good incest material, but not like in a way of like It was just like, I've been waiting a long time for good a good incest bit. And so yeah, I
Finally, someone's speaking to my interest.
Was this
well, it
to
did
your
seem
face?
this was to yes, yeah,
Really?
yeah. Hmm?
Yes, this is my brother Marcus. Immediately tongue kisses
Well,
him.
it'd be one thing, yeah, exactly. Where it's almost like if it's like a joke at my expense, let me know. I can riff off that. I can play it. But it genuinely seemed like it was like I was giving voice to an underserved community, which
Was
also
she
makes
like-
me feel good.
Yeah.
I'll be the Pied Piper of cousin fuckers.
Did she say like you remind me of my brother, or like
Smell like my.
you smell like my
I was
uncle?
gonna say Dad. That's
Yeah, I mean,
that's Brody's merch.
actually there is.
You smell like my dad.
It's an Old Spice man? Is he an Old Spice man? Old Spice and corduroy? I like your dad's style.
Oh no. I've been looking for my dad.
Yeah, that's tough. I don't know. I don't like it when people. Okay, I've learned. I feel like, hey, audience, if you're listening to this, I feel like I've come in a little hot, and I'm always like, don't talk to me after a show. Don't do this. Don't that. You can talk to me, but just know that sometimes the things you say are wild, and like it is weird to hear the stuff that you say on stage in your little bubble, in your little safe space, repeated back to you off stage. So when it's like that, when someone's like, oh, incest. Thank you. Like that's tough.
Well, that and then so like I'm working on this the entire set I'm trying to get is just being like kind of weird.
You want it to be
sex
like all
stuff,
incest?
like bestiality. Not all incest.
Yeah.
That seems
The whole
excessive.
headline
But
Mix in a little
sex.
I got a
bestiality in
necrophilia
there.
thing. I want a little bestiality stuff. And it's fun doing those because it does like there was this one guy that came up to me, where was I? Wyoming, Minnesota. And he had like 3 or 4 stories off the top of his head. You got to look this up. There's this woman, she was fucking this dolphin. Like it
Feels
you
like
know,
one of yours.
it resonates with
Could've
people. And you know, I
Very
want to
well
I
could've
want to
been.
take them out of the shadows, right? Come let us you
No.
know, be yourself, be
Yeah,
open.
Maybe you,
know,
stay in the
let's-
dark a little bit though.
Yeah.
But maybe you stay in the cave
Bob,
that
what's
you're in.
the inspo for this? What's
That is a great question.
What's happening?
Because I feel like it's a
what
very
pushes you to 10 minutes
untapped-
on insect. Well, it's
I feel
untapped
like it's
for
a very
reason, Bob.
untapped area of,
Yeah, it's
of
completely
exploration.
untapped,
I
yeah.
feel like I enjoy the challenge as a performer to just kind of lay down this gauntlet of like, well, this is a thing that's really fucked up. I want to talk about that and make it funny.
You're like, this is me, brewery in the Midwest.
Yeah.
This is me.
Well, it's
Get
funny.
ready to be challenged.
Well, it's
I'm here to
it's
challenge
fascinating.
you.
Well, sometimes they're just on board completely, and there's no
Yeah.
real challenge. But it's fun work because I've done the political humor for so long, which can divide a room in one particular way, just based on their political beliefs. But it's fun kind of doing this stuff where then you have no idea, just based on how they look, who's going to embrace this material, who's going to be turned off by this material, who's going to give me stories after the show,
Who's going to
or
be
who's gonna
aroused?
or who's going to be turned on by
Who's
the whole
going to
thing.
be
Yeah.
sexually charged?
Can I say my fear with all of this?
Oh.
My fear is that secretly, like years from now, you're gonna we'll all be dead, whatever. But then you're gonna be like, you're gonna have like a manifesto come out. It's gonna be like, yeah, no, I totally love necrophilia. Like I'm a necrophiliac. That's why I've been doing all this material. I got you, bitch. All this is actually just my life story, and now I'm dead, and we can't do anything about it. So can you promise me right now on camera that you have not had sex with a dead body?
I don't think, depending on the timeline, anyone can make that promise.
What does that even mean?
The way the world's heading, man.
Yeah.
What does that
You got to
mean?
keep your horizons
You have to be able to
broad.
promise that.
Mhm.
You got to keep your
No
horizons
dogs,
broad.
no dead bodies,
Maybe I
no
haven't-
siblings.
Maybe I
That's-
haven't met the right dead person yet.
Or the right
I don't know.
sibling.
Yeah, or the,
The
right.
right
I haven't met
sibling.
the right sibling yet. Who
Yeah.
knows? I got to do Ancestry.com. There's probably a
Sure.
second or third cousin out there.
All right, man.
There's actually
He won't go on record and say he hasn't had sex with a dead body or someone he's related to or an animal.
I feel
That
like no
is
one can go
scary.
on record.
A
and
lot of people
honestly-
can go on record.
if you had to
like
if
no
you
one
had to
can
pick
go on
if you
record.
had to pick
I've
an
done it.
animal to have sex with, which animal would you have sex
That's
with?
my kind of question.
Yeah.
Honestly, this feels pretty familiar. This is a
Jellyfish.
conversation we were just having. Oh,
Really?
Yeah.
Aren't you worried about them stinging you?
Well, yeah, but it wouldn't hurt them. It would hurt me more.
And
it
you-
wouldn't feel as bad
So you wait for them or for you?
for them.
Okay, but you would still be getting you don't mind getting hurt. You like getting
I
hurt.
had,
you-
my,
come
I
on.
had my time.
come
Yeah,
on.
yeah. I had
You
my
know I
time,
like getting a
Bob.
little hurt. I
like
would
getting a little
say,
hurt.
like a anthill full of fire ants. More bang for your buck.
Ben and I just want to mutilate our genitals.
I think it's more
Bob's
bang for your
like,
buck. If having a threesome is cool, having 1,000 ants on your dick is
And-
like the coolest thing you can
in your
do.
Yeah.
penis.
Yeah.
And maybe even in a
And
little bit.
in the penis.
Fire specifically.
Yeah, I was trying to think. Oh, bullet ants. Let's go bullet ants.
Oh
They're a little-
Lord, those can kill you.
buddy, if you find me and I'm fucking an anthill, I hope I'm dead after. Okay,
Well, at what
I
point?
don't want to survive.
But philosophically, like, at what point is it no longer a hill? You know, I feel like maybe.
Couple pumps.
Well, I was
If
gonna
you're
say 2-3 pumps.
With
That
me?
thing's not a hill.
I'll destroy your anthill in a
yeah,
couple
yeah.
pumps.
If I find you face down, drawers down, but there's no hill, I should assume you were
There was an anthill.
You were
there.
making
Yeah.
love to an anthill.
Mhm.
I died doing what I love, making a bit come full circle. What about you? You have to
Aren't
answer.
you worried if there's enough of them, they'll just carry you off?
Damn, I never thought about that. That's
Just
a lot of ants.
Like crowds are, well, who knows how big that hill is?
true.
That'd be
That's a good
impressive.
point.
They'd flip it back
Yeah.
on you. You think you're
Okay.
the top.
What do ants do? They like chew you up and spit you on the sides of the. Isn't that how they build the hill? They do it all with spit.
There was a lot of spitting.
They chew. Yeah, they would
Yeah.
just.
I'm
See,
talking
there
about,
you go.
Let's go.
Before Bob answers, Neil, what would you do?
Animal?
Yeah,
I don't know.
it's a tough question.
Is
Like
it
a
a-
wild lady, like a furrow lad.
I just keep thinking of the Jay and Silent Bob Bob. Like, would you fuck a sheep if you were another sheep? So maybe
Neil's
a
always
sheep.
got something working in him.
Yeah. Neil's always got something in the old crock pot cooking.
A frog?
A frog.
Frogtown. That's why it's called Frogtown.
It is
Yep.
called
God, that's so messy, bro.
It's,
Oh.
I
Yeah,
mean,
that
it's
would
not
be-
messy. It's one splat.
Just explodes.
Just face fuck a frog.
Bobby Barils. What do we got here? I want to say Bobby.
You know, it
Your question you have to
changes.
answer.
Yeah, part of it.
Get
like,
creative too.
well,
Let
that's
it
what
be
I'm saying. Like,
painful. Let it be painful.
well, I don't know if I want to go the pain. I think
Yeah,
like
do you like? I think you got to extrapolate. What do you like in IRL? You know, and then like, what
Yeah,
would you,
yeah.
What
What do
like
you
you like
like-
being choked? Maybe it's an
Yeah.
anaconda.
What do you
Well,
like women to do
when we
to you?
when we talked about the ants. Remember when we talked about the ants carrying you?
Yeah,
that
was
got
very
me
horrific
thinking
to
like
think about
how just so then I thought like maybe like a sea turtle, like if I was riding a sea turtle
Sure.
in the water, because then you could like you could be like on the back
Sure.
of it. Yeah, wind in my hair.
Dude, I just pictured
You know, almost like just riding the sea turtle.
And what's
it
nice
couldn't
about
be
a
very
sea
fast,
turtle-
but like if it was like if it could go fast, I think
Sure.
that'd be fun. Just like bob on the
it's
water.
it's like Little Mermaid if it happened
Yeah.
in Florida.
Yep.
You're just banging a sea turtle.
There's probably someone could instruct me on the details in Florida for it. I feel like Florida is
I'm gonna
the
guess
state.
it's legal. I'm not. We don't have to
Probably.
look into it. I'm gonna say
Yeah,
it's probably
yeah.
legal.
Now let's flip the
They've
script.
banned books, but not fucking sea turtles.
I would say real quick, the nice thing about if you're going to be a person having sex with a sea turtle specifically, there's a good chance that you know it's of age
Yep.
because they live longer. They're usually
Mhm.
older.
Well, they're
that's a good
so
animal.
tiny when they're young. You would know right away.
You would know.
I mean, if they're big enough to fuck,
You,
they're for
you
sure
sound like a
older.
defense attorney for like exclusively bestiality
Yeah,
clients.
well, I'd be a good
Ladies
one.
and gentlemen of the jury, he clearly thought it was an adult turtle.
They hatched, they crawled, they swam, they grew. They can make their own choices. I rest my case.
I swear I was 12 nautical miles away from shore, Your Honor.
Neil and I would be a team. I'd be like, Neil, get my briefcase. Let's pull up this map quick.
Yo, it's a
Oh, this is
bestiality
a-
defense
this
attorney.
is
That's
a-
a fun
yeah.
sketch.
This is a horrific.
Yeah,
Claw and order. Claw and
crazy
order.
that the
Yeah.
last 5 to 10 minutes weren't what we were like. That's off limits. We can't talk about that. That's
Yeah.
what we should not be talking. about.
Yeah.
Should we get into? Well, let's get into
Let's
some
do
of
a
our
couple
other
more
segments. here.
segments.
Yeah,
so,
of course.
so Bob, you're online.
Yep.
You're looking at that phone, right?
Yeah.
Looking at all the sexy sea turtles out there.
Yeah. Mhm.
What does your explore page look like? What's like your algorithm look like? Like, what gets fed to you in your timeline?
Well, normally news, but not for like
I
the
thought you were
last
going to say
week.
nudes.
Turtle nudes. Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Tucker Carlson nudes.
No, yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's my kink is naked anchors. That's tell me how bad it is. No, so that sports stuff, Minnesota sports stuff.
You're a big Minnesota sports.
Yeah, that also doesn't help. And
feels
like
pretty
I
bad.
can't even like my retreat from sadness is just other sadness.
Yeah.
Where it's like I can't, you know what? Timberwolves lost to Portland. Like, come on, God, could there be
Hey,
something?
they play them again tonight, man.
I know, I'm hoping.
And they'll probably lose again.
No way.
Yeah.
That would be crazy.
Dante DiVincenzo, the big ragu.
Is that
I
Rudy
don't know,
talking
what
about
voice is
Dante?
that?
Dante DiVincenzo, the
What?
big ragu.
What would it sound like if Rudy Gobert had spilled the salads?
I'll make the salad I trusted down there. I follow J.K. Rowling. I do not like the trans people.
All right, Rudy.
Flawless. It's pretty good.
He'll avoid the trans, but not COVID.
Those Frenchmen. I tell you.
Do you have a favorite app that you use? Do you prefer Instagram, or are you like a Twitter guy?
Favorite porn?
I mean, the jokes that I'm better with just like one-liner jokes, so I post a lot on Twitter, but I feel like I get the most attention on either Instagram or TikTok. James Stanley does my TikTok, and I have this bit about presidential assassinations. It's got like 1.2 million.
I was combing through.
Oh,
it.
okay, yeah, that's like the only one where it's like, oh, people have seen this, so that's I get more alerts for
So-
that.
That's
but-
important. That's big, Bob.
Yeah, that's huge. The key,
Well,
I
I
think,
think-
if you want to blow up on TikTok, is to have someone with autism run your TikTok.
It's not a bad way to go about it.
Good
yeah.
call. I like that for you.
And
know
I
that
think,
for
you know,
sure.
there's also been
Love the
a
game.
resurgence in interest in presidential assassination
Yeah.
over the last, I don't know, week or so, probably too.
Huh.
I think
Yeah, I guess I never
yeah.
thought about
I mean,
that.
Crooks got closer to defeating Trump than Kamala did. You know, if we're going to, you know, just.
That's right. Right.
You can't help yourself.
I can't
You
help
love
myself.
the political
Hey,
jokes.
what am I
Don't
going to
run from
do?
me.
Hey.
What's so funny is the last time you did my show, I was like, it was right after the election. And I was like, everybody, this is one of the best political comedians. Like, this is the guy we need to see after the election, whatever. Then you're like, yeah, I'm not really doing that anymore. I'm just doing,
Wait a minute.
I'm
You
doing
didn't-
like 20 minutes on incest. And, well, you did have a fun joke about thruples and stuff.
Yeah,
Which I get
wanna,
it.
yeah.
What
Mhm.
happened to sex and Bobby ticks?
I understand where you're coming from.
I don't want to be
think.
pigeonholed. Part of it is like it just takes a toll reading. And I'm sure at some point I'll get back to it again, but it's like you know what? Just for my own mental well-being, I want to joke about fucking turtles for a little bit, and I'll get back to
Yeah.
the political stuff later.
Writing jokes, dude, it puts you through a lot. I got this new bit about buying tires that's raking me over the coals.
Oh
right now,
man,
brother.
boy howdy!
It's raking me over
You,
the
you see
coals.
tires everywhere.
Yeah, and it's like, how come I can't make that funny? What's wrong with me? Is this why mom's mad? Rob's not. So, Bob,
Butt plug.
this is the troll hole, okay?
I understand.
Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Step into the spit pit.
You're in the hell well, Bob.
Mm-hmm.
Boy,
Okay.
it's terrible. Just
Well, whoa, dude. Don't get so defensive.
why are you so
all right?
nervous?
I'm not. You just
What's going on? We're here to help
Don't
you,
get
Bobby
so freaking
Bees.
defensive. We're not talking about what you asked us not
It's
to.
a very
okay?
ominous selection of words you've used to
not
describe the whole
us.
thing.
You got to live in the sin bin like us, brother.
That's right. That's right. Sin bin. So we're going to read some comments to you.
Sure.
And at the end of it, we're going to pick a comment and we're going to troll it back on your behalf.
I
and you're going to
appreciate
pick
it. Thank you.
which troll you like. We each wrote one, okay?
Okay.
But we're going to start off. Okay, so this is from TikToker. Bro sounds like an off-brand Steve Carell.
Yep. Yeah, I saw that
Dude, it's so
one.
it's so tough.
I
But
wasn't aware. Do I? If he's spot on, I'll.
look, off,
Can we,
when
Neil,
they go off
Neil,
brand,
can we
I
get some
that.
lines from 40-Year-Old Virgin real quick?
Can we do that legally?
Can you pull up a little dialogue real
Um,
quick?
When someone says off brand anything or like Temu version or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
It's
Then you're
lazy.
like you get it is lazy, but then you get away with it a little bit, right?
Sure.
I think there's you do have a little of the vocal fry of like a Steve Carell when he's like surprised maybe or something.
But
or
it just seems weird that he's going with the audio, right? Like, because I get the off-brand. He looks like, because if he'd have been like, oh, he looks like Kmart John Cusack, I'd be like, okay,
sure.
there we go.
Yeah.
But
Hold
to be
on
like,
to
he
those two.
sounds like
we got plenty
oh,
of those,
sure.
Bob.
Yeah,
Hold
no,
on to
yeah,
those,
I'm
okay?
sure.
It is always funny when we do the first one and the guest reaction is just like, mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But that one, I'd even find that I'll take that I sound like Steve
Carell is one of the most
He
successful
voices
voice actors.
the Groot
Despicable
thing.
Me.
Yeah.
Do you know what the minions sound like?
No.
Oh, you fucker!
All right. You know what? I can hear it. Yep.
That's 100% you when you come. There's no question. That's you nodding very
Give
hard.
me a Kelly Clarkson.
What? What? Kelly Clarkson.
Yeah, it's right there.
All right.
It's right there.
All right.
It's right there, bro.
You know, in
Absolutely.
hindsight, I probably shouldn't have done that bit where I have an orgasm and show Kelly Clarkson.
Sure.
I was definitely inviting the comparison.
Kelly Clarkson!
Oh, that's great.
He looks like Harry Kane's cousin.
See, I had to look him up.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah. Who is that?
He's a British, I think British soccer player.
Okay.
I guess
really?
so. Yeah.
Oh, this is America. We're
yeah.
gonna skip
yeah.
it.
Give us
exact-
a little Harry Kane.
Kelly Clarkson.
This guy's good at comedy. He gets it.
Now this next one is going to lead me into a series of questions. Okay.
Sure.
This is from Devin Black. This is what I wish my history teacher was like.
Okay.
Now, you used to be a teacher.
I did. I was a
teacher.
substitute
You
teacher.
were a
yes.
substitute
Do
teacher.
the kids think
Yeah,
you were
I was
cool
a
and
sub.
fun?
They did for the most part. Yeah.
Now, what do you mean for the most part? Did they ever rake you over the coals a little bit?
Nah, I mean, because I was also doing stand up at the time, so I'd zing them, not in any like really mean way, but I could just do a little. I'd
Well,
let them
give
know
me
that
one.
I
Give
had
me-
some.
should we do a little
I
troll
didn't
play?
write these
Should we do a
down.
little
He's got a hard out.
I didn't write these down
Should
or
we do a little
anything.
troll
Do a little
play?
troll
No,
play.
I was no, I don't
I'll
think
be
they
the
really.
student. You're you're
I was too
substituting.
laid back to
Yeah.
because I didn't give a shit.
Right.
Where it was like, I'm not going to do then don't do the homework. Like I'm not going to try to save you. Like
Sure.
I don't just watch Remember the Titans or fuck leave. Like I don't, you know.
Okay, I'll
Then
be the
skip.
student. You're the teacher.
This is a failed segment that we used to do called Troll
But now
Play.
it's working again.
Troll
It's
play.
lit-
That's funny.
We've convinced ourselves that it works, and it definitely does not. But we're gonna do it again. So here's what's gonna happen.
That sounds like the most annoying thing to like force on
Yeah,
a lover
yeah.
of like they play a character and then you're just undercutting that character the whole time they're
Sure.
trying to have sex with you.
Or you're a troll. You're yeah. You're like a
Oh.
physical troll, like grind your bones.
Yeah,
I'm
they're
gonna
two different
lick-
kind of trolls. That's
I'm
so
gonna
funny.
lick your clitoris to make my bread.
Oh no, my leaf bra fell off. I want to eat your nipples.
All right,
different guy.
you're taking attendance. Call out a name.
Jerry.
Not here, dumb fuck.
Jerry. Come on. What are we doing?
Who are
here?
you, dude?
That's
You're not my teacher.
well, yeah, your teacher's smart enough to not spend time with you. Let's see, just something like that. Like I'm not too personal,
And
but just
troll
sort of,
play. That was great.
About Mrs. Becker. Okay.
It's
I love Mrs. Becker.
I can't imagine why that didn't stay on the pod more.
Oh, it's a good segment, Ben. The Maggie one was good. This one's good. You gotta compile, Ben. You gotta compile. From Baj Mongo, you have the same cadence as Joe List. Not saying that's bad.
I don't think that's true. I'm just gonna say that flat.
I
out.
mean, he does go out of his way to clarify that he's not trolling me.
Say-
one doesn't.
Say a Joe List
Mike
joke
picked that
like
one.
I have herpes. Say that.
I have herpes.
There, clip that.
That's a good bumper.
send that to Joe List.
That's a good bumper. Yeah.
Now you got several Nick Cages too.
Yes.
Nick Cage, what are you doing here? Why does he look like Dollar Tree Nicolas Cage? Simply, why do you look like Nick Cage?
Yeah.
Hey man, why do you do that?
I have
Why do you look
to
like-
explain genetics to this guy. This commentator doesn't know how genes work.
Yeah.
Here's one from Mike Lester. Bob and Mike, kissy face.
Yeah. I saw you
Yeah,
left
that one's.
one
I
in
don't
there.
mind that one. That one's all right.
That's a good nice one.
Do you remember we were both doing back to the Nicolas Cage thing, because this has been a reoccurring theme throughout my stand-up life. You and
Which
I
I've been a part of.
substantial part
I would
of.
say detriment.
So you and I were co-headlining one of many times at Bob's Comedy Bunker.
Oh yeah. Oh God.
And I think that night we
Is that-
packed it wall to wall with 7 people.
Yeah.
And I think I'd done like maybe 10 minutes to dead silence. And then I do my merch pitch and I put my Sex and Politics album on the stool. And then just quietly, conversationally, because it's dead silent, the woman goes, "Is that Nicolas Cage?"
I remember that.
As if I would put Nicolas Cage on mic. I was like, yes, it's Nicolas Cage. It's all part of Operation Stay Fucking Irrelevant to the end of. Yes, I
Yeah.
put actor Nicolas Cage on my CD, man.
That was also the night that Bunker Bob spilled salsa all over himself.
but not the only night.
Yeah.
That he happened to have done it that night.
I had to give him a little pep talk because he's like, it's all over me. I can't go back up there. And I'm like, Bob, close the fuck. It wasn't really a pep talk. I was just like, close the fucking show,
This
Bob.
shouldn't be a venue. We shouldn't be doing this.
To
This
be
is
fair,
against God.
if there is a nuclear holocaust, that is the one room you want to be working when the bomb does drop.
Sure.
I remember it was one of the most iconic moments of Bob's Comedy Bunker. He's on stage and he's like, "My name's Bob, and this is my bunker." And then the power went out. Like,
Yep.
Great bit.
hmm
We'll do one more and then a troll back.
let's do one more. From Haley_Bug. Maybe you just isolated the audio, but more people should be laughing.
That's a good one.
I love the fact that she thinks that I would put less laughter in my stand-up clip.
You're like,
I don't want it to seem
we
like
gotta
it's
turn
going
the
too
fun
well.
knob down
Yeah.
here a little bit. Yeah.
Gotta make sure my words are heard over all these chuckles.
Yeah. It's for the viewer, not the audience.
Yeah.
it is.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You want to hear what I say, you come to the show.
That's right.
That'd be funny. You just
That's
crank up the
good.
laughter so hard you can't even hear what the comic's saying.
Honestly, that might be the future of comedy online.
Honestly, a stand-up clip, it's just all laughter.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's
You just
pretty
can't hear the bit.
I've
There's
already
no
done the
subtitles.
joke. I'm just
Yeah.
like heavily leaning in
Yeah,
like an
yeah.
80s sitcom.
Yeah.
I'm just like
It's just an Adult
people are
Swim
just
like
dying.
midnight sketch. That's awesome.
Yeah.
cut to like those Bernie Mac Def Comedy Jam sets
Sure.
where people are just dancing in the
Sure.
aisles.
Yeah.
I ain't scared of you motherfuckers.
I'm scared of you, motherfucker.
Kick it. Why? This is why.
The thing I'm learning about Neil loves an accent. There's an accent to be done.
Hey, who doesn't?
Neil's doing it no matter what.
If you're in the hell well, who doesn't like an accent?
I love Bernie Mac, actually.
Dude, he's one of my favorites, dude. Bernie Mac. So here's our troll back. We're gonna read this troll comment, and then we wrote replies on your behalf. You're gonna pick which one you want us to post, okay,
Which
Bob?
troll are you going after?
I'm gonna read it right now.
Oh, okay.
It's an entirely new one.
It's a new one. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
So this is from Philomath Ace. Cool punching down on even more marginalized group than the LGBs. That's classy humor there, fella. This is your great bit about guys that are homophobic because they haven't tried.
Oh, it was about that?
Yeah.
You said it was punching down on.
Cool.
This and this.
Cool punching down on an even more marginalized group than the LGBs. That's classy humor there, fellas. You get defended. People are like, maybe comedy isn't for you. It's comedy. It's meant to not be taken serious. And then they reply, comedy is only funny when the person is part of the group they're mocking or punching up.
So I'm the homophobes are who I'm the marginalized people I'm making fun of?
Yeah.
Oh, is this the asexual bit? Guys, I don't even know what
I don't know.
You can't
I don't even know what the bit is.
It was the lick your asshole in a castle bit.
Oh, okay. That's yeah.
The closer, buddy.
Yeah, that is my club. Thanks to you.
Better
Thanks.
always
We
be
both
your
pointed at
closer.
each other. Yes,
Dude,
thanks.
That's
when
right.
you like did that 2/3 through your set, I'm like, what is this motherfucker doing right now? I mean, this is the creme de la
I
creme.
changed it the next night, and then you had
My
you
wife's-
sent me that thing.
My wife's coworker saw. I think we maybe talked about it on this podcast, but my wife's coworker saw you and was like,
Yeah.
in love with you.
So is it really punching down? Now let's read our replies.
Okay,
Ooh.
so I replied to the second part.
Okay.
Comedy is only funny when the person is part of the group they're mocking or punching up. And I said, damn, so that means he has to become a whiny bitch to make fun of you?
That's good. That's good.
I replied to the first part. I said, if you think that's punching down, wait till you hear my chunk about incest.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta go with that one. Ben's was really good, but that's yeah.
Both those were bangers.
We're doing it, Ben.
Thanks,
We're doing
guys.
it. It's a
We're
good
having
closing
fun.
segment.
Thanks,
Bob, what do you got to promote? This is going to come out probably the week after Thanksgiving.
The week after Thanksgiving.
What are your December dates? What are you
Year's
doing, Bob?
Eve.
What are
New
you doing?
Year's Eve. New Year's Eve. The week of New Year's Eve, I'm doing the Comedy Cave in Calgary,
Oh,
Alberta.
Lord
Yep,
Christ.
Calgary in the winter.
You love that place.
So bad, dude.
They contact me.
Of course they did.
That's
You're a
the
good
worst
comic.
sign.
As a
You're
comic,
the
it's nice
last
where the
good
club
comic.
contacts you
Yeah.
and they're like, "Hey, you want to work here?" I'm
Yeah.
like, "You're doing all the yes, absolutely, I will."
Sure.
That's going to be so cold,
So
Robert.
that's I know.
Name another one.
That's the weekend after whatever that is, January 6th through whatever. I'm doing the St. Louis Funny Bone, the St. Charles room.
We love that room. That room keeps my dogs fed, dude. That room provides, dude.
That's incredible.
Those are mine.
Where can people follow you on social media?
Robert Baril 2 is Twitter.
Wait, so are you going to change at Instagram for comedy?
I don't know. I
Good
probably will
question.
eventually. I think it's Robert Baril Comedy on TikTok, and eventually I'll change, or I'll have James Stanley change it
Yeah.
to. He'll have the right time to do it.
Shout
'cause
out,
he's-
James.
Yeah, he
Change
can
it.
read the
Shout out,
algorithms.
James.
Yeah. When you dock with the algorithm, James.
Do you think when autistic people like when they look at technology, it's almost like when the predator sees like one and they can like
It's
read
like
the
heat
algorithm of
vision.
like algorithms going over there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's exactly like that.
I think
Mike,
it's totally like that.
what about you,
It's
buddy?
at Just Mike Lester on all social media. Check out Midwest Critters, my new miniseries dropping on
Cooking.
my YouTube. Save the
Cooking.
playlist. Check it out. It's very fun. Made it with Lily Meyer, friend of the pod, guest of the pod. December 26th through the 28th, I'll be headlining Acme Comedy Company. That should be a I get to do holiday weeks. But yeah, at Just Mike Lester, check it all out. What do you got, Ben?
Yeah. At Shaq Katzner and everything. I got a weekly show called Darlings. These two jackasses have both done it. It's a good show. We have a
Check
good
out the
time.
door.
I got a monthly show called One Up. It's at Sisfish. You should check that out. I also will be at the Comedy Attic in Bloomington in December. I'll be in Kansas City with Shane Torres. I will be doing doing New Year's in Perham, Minnesota. God, I hate my life.
Perham.
Which actually the show is always really fun when you do it. It's just so funny to be like, yeah, I'll be at the Comedy Attic and I'll also be in Perham.
That's what this is.
That
though,
is
dude.
what this is, and I'm glad that
Are
I
you
get
doing
to
a
do it.
Mills Fleet Farm? What's the what's the venue in
No,
Perham?
it was already booked.
Okay, yeah.
The Lakeside Golf, the Lakeside, what's it called?
Oh,
Country Club or
that's a
whatever.
good one.
It's a really fun room, and we have a good time there. Amber Preston will be headlining.
Oh, nice.
She's fantastic, and I'll be there. Then we might have one other person.
Yeah,
You'll be there. Don't you worry about it.
maybe me.
And then yeah, in general,
Don't mistake him for a club.
A guy's got me
That's
by my
great.
ankles. Am I still that
He's just
skinny?
swinging Mike in the corner.
Bro, I'm 205 now. I
Whoa, whoa,
put
whoa,
on
whoa,
some
whoa, whoa!
mass.
We're not putting the real numbers on the pod here.
I'm 205.
It's all mullet. It's
Also,
all mullet.
follow us on Blue Sky, okay? That's
And
where
True
we're at.
Social.
True Social.
And TikTok, we just made one. There's no videos yet, but
Is that true? We just made one?
yeah, I made one a couple of days ago.
we're just loose
We are going rogue.
I love this,
In
dude.
every direction, we're going
Sick.
rogue.
And that's what you want from us, baby. Neil, where can people find you, daddy?
Neil Face on my Instagram, Seven Swords bass sound for Seven Swords music for my music. Loon Lake Entertainment for my
Blue Lake Entertainment.
I'm gonna
Loon
make a
Lake.
thing.
I was about to say, you gotta make the loon
for
noise.
me to DJ your stuff.
Hell yeah.
Perfect.
And
Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Until next time, you can go to hell. Flip them up, Bob.
Go to
Flip off your camera.
hell.
There you go. That's your camera, Bob. Very good.
Bud.
You gotta pay the troll toll to get in.